Now, a few of you guys might know I have guinea pigs, and recently my oldest guinea pig, Sylvester, who was 6.5 years old, passed away. It happened very, very quickly. He was known to have dental issues, like he was missing a tooth at the bottom, and he had where they put them to sleep and like shave the teeth down. He's had that done. I forget what it's called. And old age, as soon as he hit around 6, things just started to get progressively a little bit worse. So, like, I saw it coming, but it was very quick. That leaves me now with Marco. This is Marco. He's my little leftover guinea pig, and he's the only one right now. And I'm sure, as many of you guys know, guinea pigs thrive and do better in pairs, in groups. They just are social animals, and he's been kind of struggling ever since Sylvester's passing. He's kind of just chosen a corner and just sits there and hides all day, and he doesn't get his little exercise that he should. He's still very affectionate with us, but he just... So we're gonna go get you a new friend today. We're gonna get him a friend. He has no idea. You have no idea what's about to happen. Hopefully you guys get along. And I thought it would be really sweet to bring you guys along with me while we go get a new little family member and maybe show you how this introduction is gonna go. It'll go well. You're gonna be sweet because you're a sweetie pie. You're a little sweetie potato. I'm just walking over to the shelter right now, crossing the park. There's like a giant park right across from it, and the shelter is right over there. And we're gonna go pick up a new little guinea pig. I'm way too excited for this. You guys have no idea. I feel a little bit bad for Sylvester. He's been a little bit sheltered, a little bit. He's just not the same. He's hiding a lot. And I think getting this new little guy for him would be great. He's a little bit younger, and he's supposed to be super, super sweet. And right now his name is Crumbs. I'm not too keen on that name. We might change it because if you guys know me, you know that I like kind of human names for my pets. Hence Sylvester, Ernest, Marco. I'm, one of those who doesn't really name their pets Fluffy or Cutie or Bobo. Anyways, I'm just a little bit too excited. So we're just crossing the park, and it's a beautiful day. Beautiful day to get a Piggie.
I don't know what his story is. Probably never know.
I think he's found love with you. Oh my God, he might be your Piggie.
Yeah, he really likes the chin. It's funny.
Hi, buddy. It's okay. Okay. I'll go get you some veggies. He's nibbling you. He's smelling you. Can you go get the parsley in the fridge?
Yeah.
This is good. Don't eat my camera. Yeah, Marco's not enjoying this right now. Marco, what's going on? I gave them some pellets, but now it's time for some good old veggies. And why am I cutting this? They like to eat it just as is. Okay. Oh. Do you hear them? They want food. Okay. Okay, buddies. Come here. Mello.
Pas un autre cochon, là?
Mais non, mais c'est le petit déjeuner.
Ah, comment ça va ce matin?
Ça va.
Tout le monde est heureux?
Honnêtement, oui. Hi! So here is the Piggie playpen that I like to do every time I can, basically. Every time I go to sit in the living room, I try to do this, and I know I'm going to have a couple of hours with them. It's really good for them because it gets them out of the cage, like gets them in a safe environment that is bigger than their cage. So these walls, like they can push them and nudge them with their nose, but honestly, guinea pigs are curious creatures. Like Gus has escaped once, but they don't, like my cage never had a roof on it. They can jump over. I've seen Ernest do it once when I dropped something and he got really scared and he jumped out of the cage. That was the only time ever. And it's because it was something that was very heavy. But they find comfort in their own home, in their known surroundings, because they're prey animals. So they're very comfortable in what they know. I think that this is just really good enrichment for them. I put a pile of hay. They've eaten half of it already. And I normally just get them a bunch of snacks, a little small water bottle on the side. And then I just let them hang out till one of them gets tired. They'll kind of tell me when they're sick and annoyed. In the end, we did decide to go and name him Gus, short for Augustus. I don't know, that name just sounded fitting for him. And I call him Gus, or Gus for short. So Gus is in fact a shelter guinea pig. So the way that it works is you foster him for the first 3 weeks before adoption, and then he is yours. You have adopted him afterwards. I really like this program because basically if Marco hadn't gotten along with Gus, it kind of serves as guinea pigs are pack animals, and if they don't get along, like they can fight to death, essentially. So it was really important that we find someone suitable for Marco because Marco was really lonely, and this allowed kind of like an in and out and then we could always like find an option, someone else that needs a home to accompany Marco. So now we've had him for about 4 weeks. When we got him, they told us he probably was about 5 months old. They really weren't sure because the person who brought him in, the man said that he found him in a garage, and that's all they know. I don't even know if it was his garage or someone else's garage, but basically someone had just left him there in a garage running around, which is incredibly sad. I don't know how you could do that. He had little cuts on his inner thighs, and after getting him, I did have to bring him back to the shelter so that they could bring him to the vet because he had bald patches on his like upper back. He had 3 pretty big bald patches, and I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't mites or like an infection, a fungus infection of some sort, but turns out that the vet said that it most likely was stress induced. He most likely just plucked those areas bald, which is just pure stress of either going to the shelter, being left alone. The whole process was probably really stressful for him, so I'm really happy that his hair is finally growing back and you can see them eating their hay. So he has a little kind of buzz cut certain areas of his butt, which look kind of funny. But as you can see, Marco now is like not shy. He comes out and just hangs out with Gus, and I think Gus was probably the best friend for Marco right now in this moment, especially after Sylvester's passing. And I'm super happy that we were able to add him to our family, and he is just the sweetest, cutest guinea pig. The whole bonding experience of Gus and Marco probably took like 4 or 5 hours. It was pretty long. The first 2 hours went pretty great. They just ate and hang around and just smelled each other. It was around hour 3 when Marco started realizing that Gus wasn't leaving, and Gus likes to be very close to Marco. So Gus would go right against Marco and sleep next to him or sit next to him or just be needed to be next to him. And Marco would just pull away and start chatting his teeth. There was no aggression. He didn't snap at him or bite at him, but it was kind of just like a continuous annoyance and dissatisfaction, like teeth chatter. That lasted for about 2 hours. And I kept thinking, this isn't going to work. This isn't going to work. And then slowly, after the second hour of that, it kind of would start and stop and start and stop. And then the stop became longer, the breaks. So I started thinking, oh, maybe we have something here. And then at one point, I didn't even notice anymore because I was watching a movie. There was no more teeth chattering. They were just sleeping close to one another. And that's when I knew that we had something special. I left them there for an hour and then moved them to the proper cage. And they've been like this ever since. Okay, well, yeah. There's still a little dominance issue that we're going to have to settle because right now Marco is bigger than Gus physically. So he's the dominant one, but I'm pretty sure because of their mannerisms, Gus is more adventurous. Gus takes more charge. He's going to be the top dog. It's just right now he's too small for Marco. Even though he's already grown since we got him, I'm pretty sure when he becomes big enough, Gus is going to be the one in charge. So he's trying, but it's just not working. So, and by the way, in case you didn't know this, guinea pigs, when they want to take dominance or show who is who, like which one is in charge, they hump each other. It's not sexual. It's just like a dominance. It's just how they deal with it and how they show dominance, especially with male guinea pigs. I don't really know what female guinea pigs do, if they still hump each other. I've only ever had male. But yeah, the male guinea pigs will occasionally, especially when one is younger, one is older, and they're trying to figure out who's in charge, they'll hump each other. But again, it's not sexual and it doesn't last long. So unless you have like a dynamic that doesn't work. What are you doing? Are you moving your tunnel?